Hi, I'm Louis Fomby, and my whole goal in life is to help black people with financial literacy.
Hi, Lewis.
Hi, Mantooth. That's my producer here. And we decided today to go out and get something, a tool to help all the blacks in the world. Now, how's this going to help you? Well, first of all, it's a game. The game is called Cash Flow. And what that means is in your lives, you have to understand one thing is the most important. How much money do you have saved at the end of the month? Not what kind of shoes you have or what you drive or no shit like that. How much money do you save? But how do you do that? What's the procedure? Well, this game, Cash Flow, which Robert Kiyosaki ain't paying me a dime for, is something that's so important that you got to play it at home with your kids. You can even invite your delinquent fathers in to play it too, because they'll know why they have a liability and why you can pick your bitch based upon the way they handle money, how much money they have, and how much they handle money. Let's break the game open, shall we? Cash Flow. Let's see what's in it. This is an opening. I'm doing it right on the camera, on a man too.
Yep.
Right on the fucking camera. So you blacks will be able to see exactly what I'm talking about. All right. So, I'm opening up this right here and getting to the meat of it. All right. First things, we have a wonderful letter from Robert Kiyosaki. That's the first thing you get in the bag. Now, next thing is the rules on how to play. It's pretty simple. You start out as a rat in the rat race, going day to day, living just enough for the city, like Stevie Wonder said. These are the rules that you got to play by. Like every game has rules. You need to know these fucking rules in order to play the game. Okay? I'm not going to rules, but I'll go to the big important shit. Next thing we have in the box is the board. The board is pretty massive too. Because what it has in it, I don't know if you'll be able to see it. It has the rat race, which is in the middle, and around it is the fast track. And you have 4 different kind of cards: a big deal, small deal, the market, and the doodads, which comes into play. And as you land, and each time you go on this chart here is a month, and you get your check. And they say, check, yes, it's like at work. Get a check. Now, probably the most important thing I saw was this thing right here. This is how I live my life, by the income statement and the balance sheet. If your income here and your expenses right here, your assets and your liabilities right here. Okay? Your auditor is the person on your right hand side. So if me and Mantooth are playing and every deal I do, he has to inspect to make sure I did the math right. So he's the auditor to make sure the deal was done right. And the goal is to have your cash flow and your expenses equal each other. Now the cash flow from your assets, once they equal your expenses, you're out of the rat race. Now let's look at that. Everybody gets a fucking profession. And this is the profession card. Airline pilot. He'll have his income right here, his expenses right here, his passive income, total income, per child expense, because you know children are liabilities, they're not assets, they cost money. They're the assets right here and the liabilities. So this guy, this pilot, as you get your card to play the game with, this is your character like in D&D. This is your character. So the income of this pilot is $9,500 a month. The expenses are taxes, that's an expense, your mortgage, student loan payments, car note, credit card payments, and other expenses, and child expenses, right here. And then they total them up and they see the assets and the liabilities. His assets or savings of $400, and his liabilities are a home mortgage, a student loan, a car loan, and credit cards. And this is what you start off with. You transfer this onto this sheet right here. They transfer. And this is how the game is played. You transfer that with your auditor being on your right hand side. Make sure your deal goes right. Now here's the small deals, the market, and they have the other things on there too. Now as you move around the board, you get the opportunity to buy a big deal, buy a small deal, or anything. There's two things. Now two of your playing pieces, you get a rat. I'll show you. And me and Mantooth are playing. One of us will be the green rat.
Yep.
And the other one will be the yellow rat.
Yeah.
Now,
How's the cigar? How can I help you? Hold on. I'll transfer you back.
inside this packet also is, once you've got on the rat race, you got to say, what's my cheese? So on this right here, you get a cheese counter. Let me show you. God damn it. Let me open it up. And you put the cheese counter, which looks like fucking this, on what you really want, on your end goal when you get out of the rat race and onto the fast track, from having your assets, passive assets, equal your expenses. This is a life lesson, blacks, to how you manage your life. You follow this and play the game, you will learn. Now, some of the assets when you get out of the rat race onto the fast track, they got shit like African photo safari, a truck parts making business, a buy a gold mine business. You can fucking buy a coffee franchise. They got an auto repair shop. These are all businesses you can buy once you get out of the rat race. And you select the one you put your cheese on. That's what you get. Once you do that, you've won the game. Okay? So, you play with dice. This is a great game. This is a game you should play with your little kids so they won't be as stupid as you are. Now, we're going to play the game here at the House of Cigar. And it's going to be a fun game. There's going to be a lot of cussing and drinking and smoking cigars. We're going to play it.
Yeah.
And it gives examples in this thing right here. And I'll go through probably each day of how you play this game right here. But you got to, I highly suggest you play with your kids, though they know that even though you're working, you can get out of the rat race. You can get out. But it's really detailed, and it's not, and it's fun. And it's fun, and it teaches at the same time. So, the House of Cigar is going to have it. And we're going to play it. The grown men in here are going to play it while we smoke cigars. And perhaps even have an adult beverage, which I have to have because it's my ADDIGAF. The I don't, which stands for my affliction, bitches. So, come on down and watch us play. We ain't set a time, but we're going to play Cash Flow, and it's going to be great. And that way you can purchase your own Cash Flow game and go. And once a month, we're going to give a Ric Flair, I'm going to buy a Ric Flair heavyweight wrestling championship band. And the winner of the Cash Flow game is going to get to have that in his picture taken and put on our wall of the men. Because to be the man, you got to beat the man. Who gets their shit first will wear the belt and the crown and will be the fucking heavyweight champion of 43229 and the world. Any questions? If not, and if you want a personal game with me and my Cash Flow game, you can get it at a low price of $200.99. But if you want to make 3 easy payments of $299 each, then you can do it. That's either one-time payment of $299 or 3 easy payments of $299.99. Oh yes, I didn't do good in math, but so what? I got an auditor, bitch. Thank you. This is Louis Fondy, and I like black people. That's why I'm doing it.